Welcome to the High School Huddle on the Dodge Sports Desk at Opubco Studios. My name is Brandon Chatmon. I'm joined by Ryan Aber. He's the boys' basketball beat writer for the Oklahoman. In the Class 6A through 2A, area action gets underway this week. Ryan, when you look at some of the matchups, which one do you find the most interesting?
Well, I think the one that stands out to me is in 4A, where Douglas and McGinnis were matched up in the same area. They're going to meet in the area finals. McGinnis has been a little bit weak inside. They've been better lately as Gabe Eichert has come back from an injury. But it'll be interesting to see how their outside game with some of the guys, Thomas Love, Ryan Randolph, obviously the big name there, match up with Douglas and Anthony Criswell and Marquise Buxton Hill.
And those two teams obviously have quite the rivalry going in all sports, right?
Definitely.
Well, which area, when you're looking at all the classes, which area do you find the most competitive?
Well, I think 3A1, you've got John Marshall and Plainview who are going to meet for the area title. One of those teams is going to lose and have to play either Mount St. Mary, Kingfisher, Bridge Creek, probably one of those three teams. And any of those three teams could have been one that we would have thought had a good shot to go to state, especially Mount St. Mary, who tripped up last week in regionals. So the area consolation game there should be a fun one.
Okay, well, there are a lot of great players that are going to be playing this weekend. Which player do you feel like is going to have to play extremely well to get his team to state?
Well, I actually look at a group of players that's going to have to play well, and I look at Midwest City, where you've got Xavier McClish, Robert Wakefield, and Marcus Nelson, who really, all three of those guys need to be on for them to be successful. They tripped up against Southmore last week, a team that's just given them all kinds of fits this year. But really, those three guys have to be working together for the Bombers to be able to win these two games and advance to state.
Well, which class do you feel like has the potential to have the most surprise state qualifiers?
Well, I look at 6A, where you've got Edmond Santa Fe and Southmore playing each other. Southmore's in their first year of playing basketball, and they're one win away from state. Edmond Santa Fe is a team that we all but wrote off a couple weeks ago because of some injury problems and some eligibility issues that they'd had. But one of those teams has to go to state. Both of them have a good shot because even if they lose, they've got to play a team the next night that they should be able to beat. And then you've got some other ones with Edmond North, the way that they went through Broken Arrow, took them down, won that regional, and their one went away from state against a Jinx team that, while good, has looked beatable at times.
All right. Well, excuse me. When you look at all the classes, which team do you feel like you'd just be shocked if they didn't make it?
Well, I'm going to go with Putnam City again. Putnam City has Xavier Henry, talking about Xavier McClish earlier, messed me up. Xavier Henry, who's just playing out of his mind right now. I mean, he scored 40 last week. I think he had in the 30s the day before in regionals, and just really playing well. I'll never be too shocked to see PC lose because they have a history of playing real well and then faltering a little bit in the playoffs. But look at PC, Tulsa Memorial, who's just playing outstanding ball right now after bouncing back from their loss of the season. And in the 5A, Booker T. Washington, I really can't see them not making it to state.
All right, Ryan. Well, we appreciate your expertise. Thanks for watching the High School Huddle. We'll be back next week on the Dodge Sports Desk as we continue to provide the best high school coverage in the state.